Yo, people, what's going on? Back again. Another episode of Footy Talk. What you saying, my guy?
Yes, lads. Obviously, I've had an alright day, Rants. The weather's been weird, like there's anything, I'm not going to lie to you. But I've had an alright day. I'm ready for the chat smoke. I already see them getting the banter in. I love this chat, Rants. The fucking hilarious. They're fucking always ready right there. I've got this the wrong way around. Shit. There we go. Nah, but you alright though, brother? You good?
I'm sweet, man. I'm
Love
sweet.
it.
The weather's always funny in this country, bruv. So nothing new.
No, listen, yeah, it's always on drugs, facts, but today, it's on some different sort of smoke. I do not know what it's been supplied with. I do not know the supplier. That being said, today is a madness, bro. I think we can, it's been on, off since about yesterday morning, and it's every hour.
It's meant to be like that for the whole week, pretty much, yeah.
Oh, because, lads, I went the Aldi with me ma before, just to get a little bit of scram for the week, and it was just one of them, bro. I don't want to be walking in that type of weather. It started hailstoning and everything. I was just like, fuck this. But, nah, we made it. We're here now. Ready for the show?
That's it, bro. What's been going on, bruv? Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, them man are saying Liverpool ain't in the final.
Oh, bruv. Is that the only... Oh, we're not even in top 4, and you're talking about we're not in finals? What
I don't know, because we're in the final... You get me? Chelsea in the final, Man City in the final, so you get me.
With all due respect, and I am in no position to banter, I am not jealous of your final one bit. With all due respect. And again, no position to be shooting any shots today. I get that from myself. But, your final... you know what I mean? Fair play.
Honestly, I'm not even excited about the final, but we're still, but we're still there, innit? I'm saying, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Well, we're still there, though. Do you know what I'm saying? So the man want to know, obviously...
Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to get to a final, it's a big deal for him, lads, whether it's the Europa League or whatever. That's still a massive, massive achievement. He's going to be having a load of wanks over the next few years. Europa League final and I'm boss. You know what I mean? But
not if he loses it, but
not if he loses it. But I mean, when you think about it, who's left? Arsenal, and who are they facing?
Villarreal, yeah.
Oh, lads, I mean, if Villarreal go through, I actually would believe they have more of a chance. But if Arsenal go through, then I think it's yours all day. And I still think you're going to beat Villarreal.
But that's the thing, though, because Ole hasn't beaten Arteta at all. Do you know what I mean?
Science doesn't... we don't go off science and match this season, man. That's not what we do. I don't care if Arteta beats him every single time 5-0. This season, you don't go off past games to judge what the score's going to be for this game. Does that make any sort of sense? So, to be honest with you, bro, I think you're clear favourites to win it. And
I think we are.
100%. You're definitely going to go through against Roma. That would take an absolute... Wait, is Jose Mourinho going to be the manager of that game?
Nah, it's next season he comes in.
Oh, is that next season when he goes in? Yeah, I was going to say that'd be funny that he get knocked out of the Europa League as well.
But,
you know what I mean? Because, it just would be him. I know it weren't his fault, but it would be him. Nah.
Yeah.
I think that's done. Villarreal, I think they're probably the favourites to go through, but it doesn't surprise me if Arsenal finds a way. Doesn't surprise, because they're 2-1 up, aren't they, Villarreal?
Correct. Yep, they're 2-1 up.
So, yeah, I think they're the favourites to go through. Listen, lads, it's been a shit season, Rants. I don't know what you want me to say. Do you want me to say well done? Do you want me to go and kiss your feet? I can't chat any shit. So I'm here. I've made myself present. I'm not happy.
Nah, I hear you, bro.
Wait there, Rants. Just let me say this. I'm not happy. So why the fuck are you asking me? How do you feel about us being in a final? Well done. But, I don't, you know what I mean? We're not in a final. We're not even in the top 4, and we're not going to get top 4. So you're asking me how I am about the season. The chat, you are all bang on. I accept defeat. I am a defeated man right now. I'm a defeated man. The chat all season, this, Rants. It's always love between me and the chat. But we have our fair share of, shots exchanged. And I am now in the 12th rounds. I am Tyson Fury, but I am not getting up. Do you get what I mean? I'm down, man. Whatever you need to do, just seriously, whatever you need to say, go for it. But at least it's not a Champions League final. That's the one thing I can't say. If it was a Champions League final,
I hear you. Do you know what I'm saying? What do you make of your season then? Are you writing it off as... Are you writing it off as just a bad day at the office, so to speak? are there cause for concerns going forward? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Is the manager under pressure? Are certain players under pressure? What's going on in it? Because I don't really know what's going on at that football club.
See, I think it's a mixture of all those things, except I don't feel the pressure is as much on the manager and the players, in the sense that Klopp will not lose his job. He shouldn't lose his job, but he won't lose his job. Like, that's not even something that we have to be concerned about, in my opinion. So, if he keeps his job, one thing I know about Jurgen, and I really, really pray this changes soon, because if he keeps making similar mistakes than what he has this season, like in the next 2 or 3, then you're going to have to start having a different perspective on how you think about it. But that's then. But right now, you know, he has his favourites, and, you know, Firmino, he's still playing through bad form. But even right now, Firmino isn't the one that I'm bothered about. We still got to see the lineups for the United game, didn't we? We still got to see the lineups, what both teams were starting. Our front three was Mane, Salah and Firmino. Now, there's one player in that front three that is absolutely nailed on who should be starting every game, Salah. Firmino, I have been giving him justice recently. I think outside of the scoring goals, he hasn't been playing too bad. So, yeah. And also, I think he's been outperforming Mane. So, for them reasons, I'm happy with Firmino being more involved in the team. Mane is being dreadful. And listen, he's still my G, you know what I mean, people? I'm not jumping off no train yet. That being said, I do understand when a player is playing shit. And I do also understand when, you know, there's losing a yard of pace, but then there's just also a situation where your confidence is just gone, mate. It doesn't matter whether you're 1-on-1, 1 against 2, against the defender, 1-on-1 with the keeper, he's going to miss the goal. Give him a rest till next season and start Jota. These things do happen. And it's not like Mane's missing hard chances. He's missing easy chances week in, week out. Jota, on the other hand, is someone who, yes, granted, over I'd say 2 of the last 4 games, he hasn't been as good as he was, let's say, before his injury. But still, the other 2 games he was. And he was still scoring goals. He was still contributing. And regardless of performance, we need goals. Goals is numero uno between now and the end of the season. To even think about competing for top 4, not getting top 4, competing. So, I think it's one of them where you should start Jota, yet he still went with Mane, Firmino and Salah, and I think that's going to hurt Jurgen Klopp. This season, I think we're going to be playing Europa, but bear in mind, if we finish 7th, we're in the conference, or the Europa Conference.
Whatever it's called, yeah. What is that called? The Conference League, has that kicked in yet?
UEFA Conference.
Does that kick in already?
I think that's next season, yes. 7 places will get it. And then the Europa League will go down to a round of 16 instead of a round of 32.
Yeah, that's smelly still. That's very smelly.
It makes the Europa League smaller. It gets another a European competition in there, and then the Champions League is obviously still the top, and that stays the same.
Yikes.
So, I don't want to be a part of any. The one silver lining I will say about Europa League is that I don't really care about winning it until I maybe get to about the quarters. So,
yeah, that's like any competition. Once you're in the knockouts, then it's like, all right, but cool.
The Champions League, you always want to win that. Like from the
stages,
you want to win that from the start. But like the Europa League, one of them ones. But I think with the Europa League, it'll give us a chance to start some of our more backup players that we haven't been using.
But will Klopp do that? Because remember, Klopp injured Jota in a game that didn't mean anything. Like he doesn't rotate.
That's why I mentioned his stubbornness, because he's still going with Firmino. Like, Firmino hasn't just been bad this season. He was bad. Well, he weren't bad last year, but he certainly weren't the same Bobby Firmino that we're used to seeing. And it's not just the goals, by the way. People think it's just the goals. Like, the stuff outside the goals, it's not good enough that he used to do well better. Yeah. Same with Mane. So I'm not just trying to choose an agenda for each player. I'm genuinely, you know, it is what it is. And it's the same with Mane, and he's still starting now. So why do you keep playing a player who is missing one-on-ones week in, week out? The one goal he has scored was literally, it was one he couldn't miss. It was harder to miss than to score. So, and you're still playing him over Jota, who's massively in form. If that goes into next season, then yet you need to be concerned, because I want a completely different team, pretty much. Not a completely different team. Like, you know, obviously Van Dijk's going to come back, Gomez is going to come back. Already, that's a massively different team. But also I want a new striker. So again, you've changed and altered the spine massively there. So that's what I mean by I want to change the team. Do you get what I'm saying? And I want a new striker, because we haven't had a proper striker at the club for the past few seasons. And then We'll have our centre-backs back. Hopefully they'll stay fit. And then I'm happy about that. Maybe get another winger just as an option, because Shaqiri's probably going to go. And then if you can, wherever else you need to improve on the squad depth, you go ahead and do so. But other than a midfielder, because Gini's going to be leaving, once you've got that, I'm asking for a lot. I am asking for a lot. But if you're asking me what we need, then it's them. But still,
your owners have got a lot of making up to do, innit? So
facts. But I don't
you never know.
Though, you know, Rants.
I know a player that's been linked to you is Jadon Sancho, and also he's in linked with us. But I remember there was rumors of obviously Liverpool getting the Nike money, gonna bring in a marquee Nike signing.
Nothing's happened with that.
There were talks of Mbappe. We know that's not gonna happen, but Sancho is very viable because one, he comes in and he improves your team straight away. He probably prefers to play on the left anyway, and Mane's not playing well. Klopp admires him anyway, and Klopp knows about him because he's playing in Germany now. And I just feel like your style of play, out of all the teams in the league, I think he probably suits you the most. That's the maddest thing about it. Even though I want him, I think he probably suits Liverpool the most. And the reason why I say that is because the way Liverpool counter-attack, I just feel like he'd be in his element. Do you know what I mean? I think City are a bit more rigid when they counter-attack. Chelsea are a bit more rigid, whereas Liverpool kind of just fluid. When they counter-attack, it's just every man for himself, innit? And Salah thrives in that system, and I think Sancho would thrive in that system. Do you know what I mean? So, I could see that happening, and apparently there's been an agreement with Dortmund that he can definitely leave this season if the right money comes in. We don't know how much that is. Rumors are saying £70 million, which is like near enough €100 million or something like that. But what do you make of that?
Is this Sancho's last season?
Pretty much. This is the season he's meant to go, and then Haaland's meant to go the season after.
Do you know? So I mean, his contract though, like, does that run at the end of next season?
No. I think he'll have 1 or 2 more years left on the contract still.
Okay, sounds. So if let's say it's 2 years after this season, I don't know if they'll. If I'm Dortmund, you know, and I'm a Dortmund fan, I'm saying you keep Sancho. Don't worry about the money. You've got Haaland for another season, which is confirmed, and try and go all out of what you can that season to achieve the best possible success. Because if you let go Sancho, you're letting go a crucial part. However, for us, I'd love Sancho, Rants, but we're not going to get him. Like, I don't want to cut the conversation short, brother, but you're more likely to get him than we are. So it doesn't really matter. Like, I agree. I think Sancho would do very well in our team. I think he'd like the way we play. I don't think Champions League has as much as a factor as people say it is. Like, I don't think it makes the transfer impossible if it was possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we have Europa League, I still think that can happen. You know, it's just whether FSG are willing to spend, and you know, it's just, there's many factors that come into it, man. I'm still not thoroughly convinced on FSG spending. That being said, did you hear the news, actually, that was reported that we offered the most for David Alaba in terms of how much wages?
No, I didn't hear that.
Right, so get on this. And for people in the chat, get on this. David Alaba, I can't remember what wages he accepted on a weekly basis at Real Madrid, but something ridiculous. And now he's obviously their player. We offered him more, but he turned us down because his dream as a kid, this is what's being said, his dream as a kid was to play for Real Madrid. But the highest offer on the table came from Liverpool because apparently we wanted him. Which, again, I would have been happy with a David Alaba signing, but the wages were too much. But just knowing, if that is true, knowing that we were going to pay them extortionate wages for someone who was 29, you know, yes, unbelievably successful, but think about it, you know, to think that we were even going to go in that direction, that alone gives me a little bit more confidence that we're going to spend big. I don't think it's going to equal a Jadon Sancho, but I think we're going to spend big. Hopefully I'm right. But, like that's the thing. I don't fully think that, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You're
like,
skeptical. That
just gave me a little bit more skeptical. That's it.
You're skeptical. So you don't know if that was just a token gesture from the owners to kind of say, look, guys, we're trying. But they didn't really go in full throttle for him.
Yep, pretty much. That's the way I sort of see it.
Could be like that, bruv, to be honest, man. You can never trust them guys, man. The owners always be manipulating things. Do you know what I mean? That's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, that was a bit of a stupid move as well. If you're paying, you know, if he's on 400 grand a week, that makes him the highest paid player at our club by double. I think Salah's the currently highest paid with 220. So if we were going to offer him more than that, that's insane. That's why I'm still a bit sceptical about it. But I mean, they need to. They do need to, because if we have another season like this, they'll have no chance of staying in the job. Because once fans start to see the football start to go worse, believe me, we'll jump on there. We'll jump on them, mate.
Yeah.
Like, all fans will, will start to protest more. Past shit will be brought up, because at the end of the day, they've done so much wrong, from the furlough scheme that they set a few months back all the way to doing this European Super League, even as far as, go back to 5 years ago when they were trying to charge us, like, over 80 quid for a ticket to Sunderland and shit like that.
Yeah.
Mate, it's just, there's loads of things that they've done that just signifies greed and doesn't signify, and also shows a lack of what's the word that I'm looking for? Sort of awareness to not even be educated on the club that you're running, the people that are around that club. And I know you don't care about us, the people, but you still, you need to still know about the morals of it and at least learn so you don't make these stupid decisions. And you can see they haven't. That apology was way too easy. That was too we'll do this and they'll be okay because no other club has done a video. Like, fuck off, mate. You don't want the best for this club. You want the best for yourselves, which again is fair.
Of course, but they're probably looking at it saying, you know what? We've won Liverpool a couple trophies in the last few years. They'll forgive us. They'll get over it.
Do you know what? That's actually such a shit shame as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be gifted to FSG. That shouldn't be gifted to them. Did you see the team we won it with? Listen, good team. But, it was better because of the manager. Well better.
Absolutely.
So, and I guess that's a lot of things, but you know what I'm trying to say, don't you, brother? It's just, they're getting too much credit for something that weren't actually too much to do with them, basically.
That's what I mean. So, I don't know, bro. It'll be interesting. I just feel like they'll have to make a marquee signing. They'll have to make a statement signing to appease the fans, because I think all of these clubs are going to have to try and do that now. They're going to have to do that now, bro, because they're stressed, bro. Like, let's be honest. These men are proper stressed. United fans are kicking, breaking onto the pitch and doing all sorts. You can't tell me that the Glazers, as much as we saw that Aaron Glazer doesn't give a flying, about the fans, he'll do something to try and appease them. He'll do something, and it will mean a marquee signing. Like, there's all these rumours of Harry Kane now are coming out the woodwork because Tottenham are in the top 4.
I heard, was it 90 million?
Yeah, Tottenham in the top 4. Do you know what I mean? And there's all these rumours of Harry Kane. But then if man are getting Harry Kane, then why is all this talk of Solskjaer trying to convince Cavani to stay when Cavani's on big wages? Do you know what I mean? So that doesn't make sense.
We're talking about Solskjaer, though. That wouldn't surprise me if he wants Cavani over Harry Kane. Just saying. He came in and he's the signing of the season. According to a lot of Man United fans. Come on, Rants. Know what I mean?
Well, I just don't know, innit? But I just don't know, bruv. Do you know what I mean? One, I can't see Levy letting him go for 90 M's. And two, it's kind of like, why man trying to keep Cavani then? Like, bruv, none of it don't make sense, bruv. Like, none of it don't make sense. I can't even lie. Like, I just think that it's newspaper talk, and I just think that these men are just trying to appease the fans to make it look like they're trying to make a big move, and then at the end of the day, no big move will happen, and they'll say, "Yeah, we got priced out." Bruv, you didn't want to spend that money anyway.
Facts, bro. No, and that's it. This is what I kind of like. It's a shame because. And again, football fans, I understand you can't invest all your time into just concentrating on the news 24/7. But it's kind of like they know a lot of football fans they can be short-minded when it comes to certain situations. So you're gonna forget about that. So when we do something new, as long as the timing's okay, then we're not going to be getting too much shit and aggro for it. And throughout the year, we're going to be linked with this player, we're going to be linked with that one. We're linked with, Memphis Depay. And Liverpool fans, I'm sure if we sign Memphis Depay, it's oh yeah, belt it, because it's one of them, like you said, them marquee signings. It's all just to please us, though. And the thing is, it's important to please your customer. It's important to do so, but it's when you're doing it to justify something else.
Absolutely. It's a cover-up. Yeah, they're not doing it because they want to do it. They're doing to kind of offset all the nonsense they've done before. And that's why I'm glad that you mentioned even the furlough thing, because people forget that. Like, football fans are so short-minded, that they forget that Tottenham, Liverpool and them man were furloughing staff like trying to do all these other things, bro. Like it wasn't just the Super League thing that people had a right to be pissed about. It wasn't just the Super League, bro. It's been many, many things, bro.
And like, you know, I understand, right, that Liverpool is a global brand. So when it comes to shirt sales, for example, they don't care whether I buy the shirt. They care about some lad in Singapore who,
absolutely,
you know, just started watching football. They care about him buying the shirt. That being said, when you're doing things as the furlough scheme, you're affecting the community there, Rants. And when your furlough scheme is in effect for people who are working in the stadium, let's say,
that's the locals.
That's the locals you've got to support.
Yeah, that's the heartbeat of the football club. Yeah.
So I since then I've always been a bit iffy with FSG. I was iffy with them even when we won the Champions League and when we won the Premier League, and it weren't just to do with the money. The only reason why I've spoke about money on this show over the past few weeks is because that's another problem. They don't spend enough money.
Yeah.
But then outside of that, you're seeing them doing furlough schemes and shit like this, and then they're not going to go ahead and spend money. Don't do the furlough schemes anyway. You know, pay your fucking people at the end of the day. Don't. Yeah. Again, you know the community in Liverpool, Rants. You know, there's loads of places in England where they need support, and you're not supporting them in that way because you just care about your own ass pockets, and that's not what I want as the owner of our club. And then people say, well, what if you get someone else? Like, yeah, if we get someone else, they'll have to pay a lot of money. All billionaires are seedy. I'm on it, but
yeah,
doesn't mean I have to be happy with them.
Yeah. Facts, bro. 100% facts, and that's what people fail to understand. These men are doing it purely. They don't care about the fans, really, innit? They don't. If they did, they wouldn't have done loads of things. If they cared about how it looked, putting people on furlough, they wouldn't have done it. They were purely thinking financially. Same with the Super League. Same with the fact that they're probably not going to spend as much money as they should because they're always thinking financially. They're probably looking at it saying, you know what? Pandemic, whatever, this money's not available. It is available, but don't want to spend it. You know what I mean? Rather give it to the shareholders. And that's just kind of how it is. But all of these things, don't underestimate how much clubs brief the press.
Yeah.
And pretend they're in for players they're not in for. Even the stuff that Liverpool were in for Alaba, were they though? Do you know what I'm saying? Were they really though? Were they really going to bring him in and pay him more than Virgil? Pay him more than Salah, who they're trying to negotiate a new contract for? What? And they're going to give man twice of what Mo Salah's on after what he's done in terms of numbers wise for the football club? None of it don't make sense. The maths ain't mathing, bruv. That's what I always say. It don't make sense, bro. It sounds like a briefed story to the press to get Liverpool fans on side and make them think that these guys are here to atone for their nonsense, bruv.
Rants, I want to tell you this story. Yeah, so when I was 8, it was Christmas Eve. It was in the middle of the night. My ma just got done wrapping the presents and whatnot, and I knew she got me an Xbox. It was my first ever Xbox Pro. Obviously, that's an exciting thing. You're getting this sick console. All your mates have got it as well. You want to have a go at like all the new games that you're going to get with it. And I just wanted to know for sure that I had this Xbox. Just know for sure. Because I'm there in bed and I'm waiting and I'm just like, oh shit, man. Like, Santa hasn't came yet. He hasn't, lad, because there was no noise or anything like that. So I'm just like, go ahead then, sweet. Go downstairs. See the presents. I opened the biggest fucking box there, bro. You know the score, lad. The one that catches you. Open the biggest box there. And I just see the nice green X. Yeah. Right? Next thing you know, I hear fucking just loud footsteps storming down the stairs. Who is it? It's not Santa Claus, I'll tell you that for free. It's a pissed Mama Redmond. It's a fucking fuming Mama Redmond. And she is laying into me, screaming at me, how dare you open your presents? You get back to bed, otherwise you won't even get it. Bro, I said sorry for hours because she was threatening to take it away. Now, do you think for 1 second that I was sorry for the fact that I tried to see the present that I wanted so much? No. Because if that was, I would be chatting shit. I was very much sorry for the sole reason that I got caught.
Yep. 100%. Because if you didn't get caught, there wouldn't have been an ounce of guilt attached to it.
Going back to bed all night with a nice hot chocolate. Ooh, I'm going to be getting an Xbox.
100%.
It would have been sick.
100%, bruv. And FSG thought that they got their Xbox, bro. That's what happened.
They got the fucking Xbox, the knobheads.
And that's all it was, innit? And it's the same, bro. Like, at least with the Glazers, they didn't give a fuck. They give a fuck. No comment, bruv. You know, like that. That's just what it is. Some little shitty generic thing they put out on the website, and that. At least he pretended to give a shit by doing the video thing. Do you know what I'm saying? These men openly just don't give a damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They openly don't give a damn, and that's what it is. So for me, like the whole thing is shambolic, innit? I see definitely like a signing will be made. I think Jadon Sancho comes back to England this year because I'm sure when he stayed and he looks happy-ish there, I think it was with an agreement that he could definitely go this season. But I don't know where he's gonna go. He's even been linked with Chelsea, bro. Like honestly, I just know he's coming back to England.
Anyone and everyone, yeah, 100%. He'll come back to the Premier League. Big up the chat, by the way. Big up. The chat. He'll come back to the Premier League. To be honest with you, I'm surprised that I don't hear more links with Man City, especially with the fact he's played there. I hear him more so linked with us or yous or Chelsea, for example. I'm surprised he's not linked. We know he's never going to be linked with Tottenham. You know, we know he's most likely never going to be linked with Arsenal. So, who knows? I think if there's one team he's most likely to go to, I think it's you.
Yeah.
I think it's you.
I hope that's the case, bruv. I really hope that's the case.
And I really hope it's not.
I just don't trust my owners, to spend that money, bro. Unless man get him for a cut price or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I know that we're not paying 100 million euros for man. No. I know that. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really know. I don't know what the fee is. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like you're waiting for it's like when you go into Aldi and you know everything's cheaper in there, but obviously the food's out of date sooner, isn't it? So you're waiting for the food to go out of date, basically, and then you can get it for a cheaper price. That's the only way that any one of us out of United and Liverpool gets Sancho. Is when that price drops, and you know that's then we can sort of snap at it. If
you have to get Sancho with the fucking yellow sticker on him, bro.
If you're not getting Sancho, then who else? You're getting some French 23-year-old winger. You know what I'm saying? That's who else you'll get.
That's fucking sick on Football Manager.
Yeah, he's got 4-star skills on FIFA and 93 pace, so everyone's just there, absolutely thinking, yeah, he's the dog's bollocks. This player, it's not me. He's just some B-Tech version of who you wanted to get before.
That's 100% in it.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, nah, that's it, bro.
These owners will be the end of us, Rants. We need to end them. That's what we need to do.
We need to get rid of them, bro. And I mean, and that's what it is. Like, obviously, the United-Liverpool game got moved. The United fans got that locked off. They've moved it to, I think, an evening game in the hope that it won't get locked off because it's an evening game. But, rare man, what did you lot make of that? Because obviously, when this whole thing happened, you lot were the first lot to go to your stadiums. Obviously, you lot were just talking about removing banners and stuff, but no one broke onto the pitch or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like what was the atmosphere like up there anyway?
When it first got announced, the Super League. To be honest with you, it was just everyone. I think it was just the same here as it was elsewhere, except we weren't looking on a big. Well, we would have looked on a big protest if it continued, if we stayed in there, but because FSG. They got, you know, all of them, they got out of there quick, so we didn't stay on them. Like, FSG was trending on Twitter for the whole day. FSG out was trending on Twitter for the whole day, and then next thing you know, it's okay because they stepped out. It's like, that's just bollocks. That's just proper bollocks, bro, because, you know, you're forgetting about all the other shit. We've already spoke about that, so I don't want it. But yet the atmosphere was just, you know, we got them banners there because you're killing the football club at the end of the day. Once we got that message out there, we knew noise would start. We would have took it to another level, but once they stepped out, that was all we really wanted, was get out of that. For other clubs, for example, Hughes and Arsenal, it's been a lot worse over recent years. And because for Liverpool, you know, since we had Roy Hodgson in 2011 and Hickson Gillette.
In recent history, this is one of your best eras.
We've got better, bro. So it's just like when you think about it, we can't. You know, everyone's not going to complain about getting better, but it's because, you know, there's more people who might know, you know, a deeper story. So as I've mentioned, and it doesn't mean I'm right, but example, as we've said, the furlough scheme, another few ways that's just signified greed. That's not what I agree with. It's not even the whole fact they don't go out and spend hundreds of million every summer. That's not the point. But if you're going to be greedy in this area and then not invest in this area, that's not what I want as an owner. And that's why I'm glad the fans did say, you know, fuck this Super League. But it's all football fans at the end of the day. All football fans done it. When it came to the cancellation of the game, that I don't know what you thought, and I think I have an idea of what you thought. And I don't think it's going to make a big difference, but I do think the majority there had good intentions, bro. The majority. I think it was the minority that kind of fucked it up, you know, when you
Yeah, but it always is
thrown.
though, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It always is, because when it actually showed you the amount of people that went compared to the amount of people that broke in, you saw that it was a minority that broke in. Because if there was, say, argument's sake, 4,000 people there,
yeah,
and there were less than 400 people on the pitch, then you know, innit?
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just it's simple maths, innit? So it is a small minority. However, it's like the message can get diluted in it by the small amount, because then the media, they're just gonna focus on the minority. Unfortunately, that's what they do. That's what they love to do, bruv.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. I just to be honest, what I like the fact the most, and I'm so confused by Man United's protests that have been happening in the fact that, you know, they got into the training grounds and then they got into the stadium, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, how the fuck does this even happen? Like, I don't care if there's 10,000 Liverpool fans, we're most likely not going to end up in our stadium. I'll tell you that now. So I don't know how all these United, obviously it's because they've just been let in, but it's just, bro, you know, you're talking about the, you know, as most people, a lot of people would say, even though I disagree, the biggest team in England. If you're the biggest team in England, you know this protest is happening.
Yeah.
And you're not prepared for it. That just shows the level of, you know, sort of shite that you are. They don't care, bro.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. That's why I genuinely think. I think the owners don't care, bro.
The thought. What I respected Rants, right, was I respected the fans. Even though it's most likely not going to work, the majority of them were there for the right reasons, and them reasons are to get them Glazers out the football club. Whether they know what they was doing was right or wrong, that was one of their Now, for a lot of others, it was a day out and it was just something to do. But there were still people there for the right reasons, and I don't want that to be taken away from them. But the thing that you keep doing is making more noise and making more noise, because the more you do that, the more you're fucking up their schedule. And that's what I want. I want them to be stressed, bro. Glazers. Start with the Glazers and Kroenke. And then soon we can find out FSG. We can be, you know, other Liverpool fans can realise FSG are a load of shit. Because
they're all in cahoots, bro. Them American owners, bro.
FSG will make another mistake, though, Rance. They'll make another mistake that will offend the Liverpool fan base. And soon we will realise. It's a shame we're going to have to learn it the hard way. But we will realise. But until then, get the Glazers out, get Kroenke out. I'm with you as a United fan, but in general, football fans, to get these fuckers out, bro, because then it's a better game for everyone, in my opinion. That's the way I see it. I feel like I'm going round in circles, but you get what I'm trying to say, don't you?
No, you're right. Yeah. It's for the greater good, innit? Do you know what I mean?
That's it. That's for the greater good.
100%. Big up everyone inside. Smash the like. Make sure you subscribe to James's channel as well. The link is in the title. You man already know.
I didn't like the sight of all the, like, you know, the official that had it. To be honest with you though, that being said, what do you expect? Like, what do you expect? Do you know what I mean? And like, be all and end all is how many regular people who do nothing wrong do you see getting fucking abused by people in power? So
yeah,
like, it's.
But that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, listen, he's one guy that got hurt in a situation where loads of, do you know what I mean, regular people on a daily basis are doing it. So when you balance it out, bro, listen, when you're on the line of duty, bruv, these things can happen, innit? That's just how it is, unfortunately, bro. It's just like when you're out on a football pitch, could get injured. This is what happens, innit? Someone could kick you. Like, that's literally the risk you take every time you step out on the pitch. That's the risk you take every time you put on your uniform, bruv. These things happen. One idiot, do you know what I mean? And before you know it, these things happen. But I don't think that should be used, to take away from the purpose of what the day out was about. And I think a lot of the media have tried to manipulate that, and use that as a stick to beat people with, when really the real message behind it is very, very valid.
Yep. Listen, I hope there's a day, right, where the news and the media, you know, and I'm not talking about us, you know, people who genuinely, like, did you see that bullshit, bro, from, I'm not even going to say the newspaper. See that bullshit with Saka, the headline that was put out the other day, bro? Like, it knocks me sick. Like, it knocks me sick, the way they control it and the fact they can get away with it. And I'm not saying this to, you know, to say what's right or anything. This is just my opinion, agree or disagree. But to allow that to go out there, and, you know, I don't even know the way it was worded was fucking disgusting, bro. it was wrong, and it makes me ill that's what represents this country. That's what is what we think is a good thing. And it's just like, you know, even with Mason Greenwood, and I'm kind of going off the rails here, but with Mason Greenwood and Phil Foden, tell me I'm wrong, yeah, but I was hearing more about Mason Greenwood than Phil Foden.
There you go. And one of them, had a missus that just gave birth and that, and the other one was just Mason Greenwood, lad.
Even if they're in the exact same circumstances, though, it like you still give the same energy.
Basically. Absolutely, yeah, but you should give the same energy at all times. But the thing is, everyone's forgotten about Foden. Everyone's forgotten about it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, cool, he's a brilliant player, we know that, but keep the same energy,
like,
bro.
even fucking now, bro, like, Phil Foden is smashing it, and you know I rate Phil Foden. Oh my
Baller.
God, quality player.
Baller.
And even, you know, even me, I would prefer him over Mason Greenwood. But Mason Greenwood has been fucking smashing it over the past, like, 10 games or something for United. I am hearing nothing about it. Nothing, bro. So, like, that's what I don't like. Without trying to go too much on a tangent, I feel like, you know, just as we've already mentioned, just have that same energy with everyone, because then that's when this becomes a more better game.
But bruv, listen, but like, unfortunately we know that this is the game they play, and we know that they're not gonna change anything in it. Unfortunately, it's horrible. I don't like it, but bro, like, the double standards are disgusting, like you said, but they're real, bro. Like, we see it. Do you know what I mean? The Saka thing is, bruv, what? A footballer builds football pitch in his house. So what, bruv?
And like, why is neighbours? That was it. Oh, lads, do you know, like, the way,
bro, people piss off their neighbours all the time. You know the amount of people that be parking in front of my fucking front gate, and I'm like, bruv, why are you parking in front of my gate? You don't live here. These things happen. That's not a newspaper story. That's not newspaper worthy.
You know that knobhead who wrote that piece of paper, he grew up probably in a house where he's not around council houses and shit like that, where there's noise all the fucking time. He was someone who probably just got fed with a silver spoon at the age of fucking 0. So, lad, this is what I'm saying to you, right? These people like Saka and Mason Greenwood, who have overcame, I am sure, a hell of a lot more than some fat bastard who was sitting there on his desk just typing away bollocks, and he probably hates himself, so he's just there abusing other people. These are kids, they're my age. Saka and Mason Greenwood are my age, and I just think, well, if all the media were attacking me for something that I've said, say if I said something that was a little bit out of like a clip, and they all came at me, I wouldn't like it. So I don't like it when I see it happening to other people around my age. I don't care if they're a professional footballer. The kids, man. And you're there chatting shit about building a football pitch, and you go, mate, all the time, I've just had constructions on over the past few weeks. Didn't even barely get a say in the matter. You get what I mean? It happens. It's not a story.
But it's like, I don't know what they're more incensed about. I don't know if they're more incensed about the fact that he can afford to have a football pitch in his house, or the fact that there was stuff outside. Like, which one are they pissed about, bro?
I'm trying to say that he was annoying the neighbours.
Yeah, but come on, bro. That's not newsworthy, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's never newsworthy, bro. Do you know what I mean? If he was having a party during lockdown and he weren't meant to have people in his house, then cool, that's a story. But the guy's building a fucking football pitch. He's a footballer. Wow. You know, like that. That don't make no sense, bro. That don't make no fucking sense.
Lad, I'm not gonna lie to you, G. Yeah, like, this area of conversations, like, a very sort of, it's odd, because you're right, like, there's nothing that's gonna be done about it. But what pisses me off is we've just saw something can be done about it when we all really proper give a fuck. Yeah. We don't give a fuck, lad. Like, this is the people's fault as well. I'm not saying me and you and the people in the chat, but this, you know, people who we associate ourselves with and people who live within our areas, this, you know, as long as we accept it, right, the longer it's going to keep going. We've just saw that literally just from going on Twitter and using our thumbs, getting a few hashtags, a couple of protests with a couple of 100 people can make a difference. And now we're in a position, and we've always been in a position where we can do that, but we don't take advantage. And now we've saw it works, and we're still not doing fuck all. That's like where it gets just.
But bro, this is the problem. At the end of the day, yeah, until it starts And still everyone, even the people that it doesn't affect, until they start taking it personally, nothing ain't gonna get done, my guy. Because look at this. The Sun done the social media blackout thing and then come out with this thing. So all that shows you, yeah, is that they just did it because everyone else was doing it. And that's the reason why I didn't do it. And I told you I wasn't doing it.
Nah,
and I told you why I wasn't doing it. Because I was like, these men are gonna do it, token gesture. They're gonna do the blackout, then they're gonna go back to their usual bullshit. The same way you got all these men, like people getting man kneeling and shit like that before football games, and then you're gonna go and ban a black player for getting abused.
That's bollocks, though. You know, with all due respect, I understood the message behind it at first, and I love the message behind it. And I'm not even saying stop taking the knee, but when you just take it to that and you make it a routine, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
It don't mean nothing. It's a token gesture.
So there's no point. Like, you're just doing it, like, because if you stopped it, people would be like, "Oh, why are you stopping it?"
Now, literally, the only way to show people that you genuinely give a shit is by changing your behavior, innit? That's the only way. And there's no behavioral change. UEFA, the FA, them man are still doing the same shit. So they don't care, bro. They literally don't care. And until there's behavioral change, yeah, none of this other stuff don't matter. Like saying, oh yeah, don't post on social media. What's that gonna do, bruv? Now, I mean, man are sick of hearing about it anyway, so we're giving them a few days off, mate. They're fucking happy.
Oh, mate. Like, to be honest with you, I was watching, was it your show yesterday with Saeed and that?
Yeah.
And I think you just touched on, like, the like what all that actually fucking did. And when you said it, bro, yeah, because I said on, like, I said to people, I was actually taking a break off social media just anyway. Then I found out that was happening. I was like, fuck it, might as well just take a few more days off. But I even said on Twitter, in fact, I never even went off Twitter. I'd stayed on Twitter. I just never posted on Instagram because I weren't anyway. That being said, when I posted on Instagram, I was saying, I don't understand what this does, but I'm having a break anyway, so it's one of them. And then when you said it out loud, bro, yeah, like, you're being quiet.
Yeah.
like when you act, like when you say it out loud, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're being silent. You like what you've already said. You're giving them what they want.
Yeah, they want you to shut up anyway, bruv. They literally want you to shut up about it. They're tired of hearing about it. So what do? You shut up.
And no wonder all the football clubs were one of the first things on it, actually.
There you go.
All of them. Liverpool.
That's what I'm saying.
All of them.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bruv, them man, the people that are sick of hearing about it have got what they wanted. Because now you're not talking about it, bro.
And they've used racism as a way that they can get there.
But there you go. So the whole thing's nonsense, bro. You know what I mean? The whole thing's nonsense. And as long as these things keep happening, yeah, like, sometimes there's bigger things going on in football, innit? And unfortunately, it's kind of like, that ain't going to change no time soon. Unfortunately, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, bruv. Being quiet doesn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? Peaceful protests don't work. Kneeling don't work. So, bruv, you know what I mean? Stadiums have to get mashed up, bro. Like, maybe it's just like getting rid of these owners. Like, man, we've tried the hashtag thing, Glazers out. Everyone said, oh, unfollow United. They didn't unfollow them. So, bruv, man, have to just kick off the door at Old Trafford. Like, that's the only thing I can think of now. Like, I've exhausted every option now. Nothing else makes sense, bro. Like, United's games got pushed back and now there's a fixture pile up. They're trying to punish the team for what the fans did. But, bro, just keep pushing the games back. Just keep pushing them back, bro. You know what I mean? Top 4 secured.
Yep. Yeah, that's a mad thing, isn't it? They've put like 5 games in. However many days is it? 5 or like? But 4?
It's like 4 games in 8 days or something like that. But
that's
do you know
stones, that bro? What the fuck are they doing?
But bro,
like it doesn't mean nothing, but still, like, you know.
Bro, the way I'm looking at it is, yeah. You see how UEFA wanted that? Not UEFA, sorry. The way them man wanted the that flipping Super League, yeah. The way they wanted the Super League, and UEFA didn't want the Super League because they would have lost money. UEFA need Manchester United in the Champions League, bro. So the FA ain't gonna deduct, or they're not gonna be pushing the pressure in the FA to deduct points from Manchester United, because if they took away a certain amount of points from United and United didn't make top 4 and United aren't in the Champions League, UEFA are pissed.
Yeah.
They need Manchester United, in the Champions League. So because of that, there ain't no danger. There's no danger whatsoever, in Manchester United not being in the Champions League next year because of a punishment. Like, there's all these threats of punishing the teams that said they're going to go in the Super League. They're not punishing shit, bruv.
No, because they need them as well.
They need them.
Like, what, you're going to send Liverpool to the Conference League and then what, you lose most of your viewers? Like, fuck off.
Do you see what I mean, bro? It's not going to make sense, bro. Like, it's not going to make no sense. So because of that, I might as well push the games back, bro. Continue. There's no point starting this year. It's about how you finish it. I'm looking at these guys and saying, now what? Now what? Because like I said, if you're going to kick off the doors at Old Trafford and do all of that and then go out and buy the new kit, yeah, when it comes out in the summer, you're a fucking moron. What's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you, like, what's the point in doing all that? If you still follow them on social media, you're still liking posts, you're still retweeting it, you're still buying kit, you're still a consumer. So what's the point in kicking off the flipping door? Like, what statement is that going to make?
Like, if you're someone who vocalizes that you don't like the position of power that they have, and you're still doing them things, I understand that 100% get that.
And that's what I mean. So it's like, if you're gonna make a statement like this, you have to go all the way through with it, bro.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these fans, like you said, yeah, you're saying that it's a small amount that have broken onto the pitch, yes, and done all these things, but I think it's a very small amount that actually went there with a plan. A lot of them just went there just to make noise and get on the TV, bruv.
Yeah. Listen, I think for the United fans making noise, as far as that goes, I'm all right with that happening. Like, that's the thing. I'm okay. If you want to keep doing that, boss, that first one weren't worth nothing then. But
yeah.
If that's all it is, and we're leaving that there, then fuck off, then you've done nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, all these fair plays that have been given to United fans, because they deserve it. That made noise. You chose the biggest game of the season to make the noise, and I thought that was a good way of doing it. But if you're only going to do it once, and then you just let go of the pressure, then you're doing what they want. They're like,
Facts.
oh, thank fuck. You know, you get what I'm saying? So, I think, as for that, it's not going to affect United's season, as we've already mentioned. You're through in the Europa League. You already got top four. The biggest game of the season, other than the Europa League final, is us. And again, you only 3 points. All you really have in that.
Neither of us need the 3 points, really. Like, well, do you know what I mean?
We need it well more than you do. And
you need it more, but even if you got it doesn't mean you're getting top four. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
It's just one of them. It's a nothing game, bruv. It's literally a nothing game. It really is. It's probably the most pointless United-Liverpool game there's been in a long time.
A long time. Or the least meaningful, we'll say that, because it can have an impact on us getting Europa League or the Europa Conference League. Do you get what I mean? However, in terms of meaning, like, usually it is for top four or it is for a title.
Yeah, now, and it's not even really bragging rights. Because of the season that you've had, it's like, if United were to win, it's like, so what? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then if you lot win, then it's like, so what?
Like, rewind to me at the start of this stream and you will understand, like, we are defeated. We haven't really got much ammo left. One of them ones, like, you've shot our base down and now we're just there trying to load the bullets in and it's just not working, bro. So, I'm fully happy with this season finishing. I really, really am. I'm fine with that. I've got no issues. If someone knocks on my door now and says, the rest of your games, you're not going to play, belt it. I'm going to be having better Saturdays and Sundays. Way better Saturdays and Sundays, because the stress, because these games might be meaningless, but if we still play shit and we lose, I'm still gonna fume.
Yeah, of course.
And in the back of my mind, knowing that we're playing shit and it's for nothing, that's what's worse. That's well worse. That's well worse.
I hear you. It's like, you might as well just play the fucking kids, yeah, and then at least you can get behind them.
Like, at least let us play Tranmere. Because that's a pointless game we can win by a good margin.
No, I hear you, bro.
No, lad, it's a shit one.
No, bro. Listen, I absolutely hear you, man. 100%. And what's the update on Virgil as well? Because I ain't heard much about him since he's got injured, but I'm seeing pictures of him kicking footballs and stuff like that.
The next time, right, so we mentioned about PR, and not to get back into that conversation, but the next time, Liverpool fans, you see a video of either Virgil or Joe Gomez, just expect a little bit of bad news around 24 hours later, because that always seems to what happens. It's always like, we'll let out a good bit of news, so it can be Virgil van Dijk running. Like, listen, belter, that we know he's sound, but I don't give a fuck. We know he's sweet. You know, if he just shows a picture of him in the gym, that's enough for me. But when you're then releasing every 2 weeks videos of him kicking a ball. It's like, well, he's not playing. So how does that benefit us? So all the more reason to focus on next season. He's not going to be back this year. Neither will Joe Gomez. Neither will Joe Matip. And I doubt even Jordan Henderson. So next season is when we're going to have some of our core players back in the team. All this about posting about Virgil van Dijk and stuff like that, it's just to get good traction back on the club. They know posting Van Dijk's going to get retweets. They know it's going to get likes. They know people are going to start jizzing over it. And they know Liverpool fans just think, well, we need Virgil van Dijk. We've been shit without him. It's not just Virgil van Dijk that was shit, though. Yeah. But it's an easy scapegoat. It's a very easy scapegoat. We haven't been scoring goals. If we go through this summer without buying an attacker, that's a travesty. That's illegal ownership right there. Do you know what I mean? It's like owning a chicken shop and not buying any chicken. How do you, do you know what I mean, lad? How the fuck do you win football games without scoring goals? We can't score. And even Nat Phillips and Kabak have built a sound partnership.
Bruv, I'm dying, bruv. Man said not buying any chicken.
No, I hear what
I hear what you're saying, though.
We're here the Premier League champions. And what? We're now just going to accept top 4? No me gusta, bro. No me gusta.
I hear you. It sounds like you, man. It sounds like you, man, got the same owners as us, bro. Because it's like every time them man wanna do something, it's the PR thing, innit?
Yours are worse. I'll give that. Yours are in debt and everything. So that's the only reason why ours are good. They don't have us in financial disarray. But the models are just off. And it's like that with all of them now, all the top 6 owners. That's why the sooner they all go, belter, happy days, celebrations.
Bruv,
we are getting pissed, bro. Like, I don't know how messy you get on a night out, but the second they all fuck off, we're getting pissed, we're getting messy. And I don't mean on drugs, fuck any of that business. I'll have a little joint. But other than that, just get a few bevs, lad, maybe a few magnums, and we'll see where the night takes us. One of them ones, get everyone fucking meeting up together. Just having a party. Oh, did you see that video? And it was like of a bunch of Jews just dancing around the thing. What was the caption again, man? It was like the second.
Oh, them dances are jokes, man.
They're funny.
Bruv,
they
what?
Put it in a meme.
Hey, them man there, yeah, them man really know how to party, though. Them man balling out, fam. I'm telling you, they look like they're having the time of their flipping life, bruv.
And they're like, hey, and they're all stomping at the same time.
Bro, it's a madness though. But yeah, of course our owners are worse because of that. Yeah, but bruv, when I'm looking at it, it's like every time something mad has happened, they'll announce like a new deal, or a player interview will come out and say how flipping happy they are.
That's the exact same. That's where
like this is bullshit, same. Bro. You know what I'm saying? United go on a bad run of games. They hear signs new contract. Oh, Pogba's happy at the club. So and so's happy. New contract for Bruno. All of these things. It's just like, bruv, just win trophies. That's all we want, innit? That's all we want, really. You know
it's all everyone wants. It's all, like, it's the one dream that we have. Like, it's the only moment that matters in football. Like, a win in a game is boss, but you win that game in hope that at some point you will lift a trophy. Fact. If you're not winning trophies, it's all meaningless. Or if you're not trying to win trophies, it's all meaningless. And you know, it's mad how much of a bad mood it can get you in talking about this. Because, and it's even the conversation we had before that about how they're trying to use racism as a thing just to get us to be quiet. Don't like that, bro.
Bro.
Don't
bro,
like
but
that, bro.
This is it, man. So, I don't know, bruv. It's just, them man are just trying to control the fans through that, innit? So, hopefully, like, I don't know. We just have to see what happens, bro. Like,
do you know what's mad, though?
Yeah.
Even like of the midst of all this, like we talk about bad owners, you know, let's talk about friggin' Levy at Tottenham sacking Mourinho, you know, a week before a final. But but
I heard that was financially though, innit?
That's what we spoke about this last week. It was financial, but obviously it backfired because they never ended up winning a trophy. Jose Mourinho, right? He is the Conor McGregor of football managers.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
When he's gone, he's still there. Like, he's still relevant. he's on Instagram posting his CV.
And now he's got another job, by the way.
Chilling. Do you know what? I think it's a good job. I think it's actually like, you know.
Why? Because there's no pressure.
One, because there's no pressure, but also if you look at the league, I feel his style of football is much more suited to that league than what it is in English football, where we're trying to be a bit more expansive now. Jose Mourinho, when he goes into Italy, they're all very defensive. How does he like to play? Very defensive. You know, if they can get a good player or two as well, like not Kane and Son, but someone with just attributes that can sort of contribute to that, then maybe he can try and get another little system going there.
Yeah.
Again, he doesn't have to win trophies as well, which I'm sure is a help.
Yeah, he doesn't have to win trophies, but then for a manager whose career has been defined by winning trophies, like surely this just means that his career is over now.
No, listen, this is what's going to happen.
Because how do you define success for Jose Mourinho, if he's not going to be winning trophies?
Nah, but this is the difference though. Like he's known for winning trophies, but when he loses his first 10 games with Roma, all he's going to have to say is Rome wasn't built in a day.
Oh, for
and then he's sorted. And then boom, Jose Mourinho, he's got another season in the job. Nah, dead banter. Anyway, this is the way I think it's going to go for him, right, with Jose Mourinho. I think he's going to get them in and around top. Because bear in mind, Roma, they are like a sort of, not a sleeping giant, but even a few seasons ago, they had Salah, they had Alisson. You know, they had a few good players within that squad. It was a good team. Now they've got like a 37 million year old Pedro. They've got a Mkhitaryan who's 3 years past the sell-by date. They've got, you know, besides Kluivert, who actually is on loan at Leipzig, they haven't really got much going. So this is a proper rebuild. This is
but bruv, what has Jose ever rebuilt, bruv? I wouldn't trust this guy with a rebuild.
Yeah.
He's literally Patch Adams, blood. He comes in, he fucking patches things up, and then he fucks off, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, how's man gonna do a rebuild, bruv?
He's there for a good time, not a long time.
That's exactly it.
That's what I'm saying with you.
That's exactly it, bro. So, like, why would you hire him to do that, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying? He's not a rebuilder, bruv.
They'll have to spend some serious money.
Oh, mate. I don't know for Jose, bruv. I don't know, man. I don't know for Jose. I'm not going to lie.
No, he's done. He's done. You know, he's not going to be winning. He's not going to win a Serie A. Because he's not going to have long enough to do it.
Yeah.
Because he's going to stay there for, what, a year or two? And then he's not going to win a league title in that time. Juventus will probably win one again. Inter Milan are obviously there. AC Milan are coming back. Roma, you know, Napoli are better than them. Lazio probably better. Roma are not coming back.
Yeah.
Like, even... Like, I saw a few people mention in the chat, like, they've got a few other good players. Yes, I know they've got a few good players, but not ones that, like, as you've mentioned, to the point where they're going to be winning even Europa Leagues or the 6-2 down right now. What's Mourinho going to do to make that team much better? He's going to need investment. So he is done.
Yeah, but I reckon he's just going to bring in, loads of Premier League, ex-Premier League players similar to what Conte done, because he's got the context to do it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to sign fucking Matic and players like that, his ex-players again, and he tries to do that and patch them up. Try to get them top 4 or something.
At least you can get Juan Mata off your hands. You might take Juan Mata.
Bruv, he wasn't even playing Juan Mata, or else that would have been great.
Oh,
you know, like that.
I thought he was. Oh, no, wait. It was Louis van Gaal who was, weren't it?
Yeah, Van Gaal preferred Juan Mata anyway. He got rid of Kagawa for him, so... Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's a weird one, but I just... Bruv, Jose done out here. And Mkhitaryan literally left Jose Mourinho to end up back with him, blood. Literally, Jose signed Mkhitaryan, sold him because he thought he was shit, swapped him for Alexis, and now he's got him again, bro. Now Mickey's going to have to find another club again. Football's a weird game, you know.
Nah, Mkhitaryan, right, I don't feel sorry for him because he's on dough, but, like, Mkhitaryan, he... Like, that's one of the most unexplained stories in football. He was amazing at Dortmund. Like, he was doing such a job there that I even wanted him at Liverpool. Every Premier League club in the top 6 were looking at him. Then he goes to Arsenal first, or was it Man United first? And then
yeah, Man United and Arsenal, bro.
Yeah, and then, lad, just at both clubs, it was nothing. I think he joined Arsenal, had a good debut, got a few assists, and then that was it.
Jesus.
Kind of like Willian. Because didn't he get like 3 assists on his debut and then
Yeah, played well and then he's just dead, bro. Like I just don't even know, blood.
People don't talk about because we mentioned Juan Mata, didn't we? People don't talk about Juan Mata and how much like of a flop that actually is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel people, because he had that game against us where he beat us 2-0 and he scored both goals, played very well. He had an alright season under Louis van Gaal, but other than that, what's he done? He was like at Chelsea. He was supposed to go from them to use and be the dog's bollocks.
Yeah, but bruv, yes, it hasn't worked out, bruv. Man saying Conte versus Jose Part 2. That's due to be a madness, innit? Maybe Serie A might be the place to be, bruv. Because that's where the drama's going to be at.
Yeah, so, yeah, it'll be interesting. Mourinho goes, they've got a box office manager now.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know what I mean? So it will be very... Shit, it's going to be very interesting. But if you're Mkhitaryan, you're looking for another club right now.
Oh, yeah. But he's like, what, 32, 33 anyway?
Is he? Yeah, he must be around that age. So, yeah, it's just funny, bruv. I'm not even going to lie, bruv. The whole thing is, that's the thing, football, innit? It swings and roundabouts, blood. So, yeah, some madness. Know what I'm saying? What you want for the rest of the evening, bruv? You watching some cup football or what? What you doing, bruv?
To be honest, lads, I've got a Redmond Roundup coming out in a bit, which I'm going to get edited. That's going to be out about maybe, I'll say 5 o'clock, but it might be
sweet. Yeah, people were asking, when's the Redmond Roundup coming? Roundup, so, yeah. Lads,
it's the intro. The intro just gets people to keep coming back, man. It's like a lads. So check that out at 5 or half 5. I'm going to be going to the gym actually at 6. I'm going to be doing a little boxing session. Lovely. But actually, strength and conditioning today. You know what I mean? I need to start going to them classes, man, as well. They're the ones where...
Yeah, they're brutal, but you got to do them, innit?
They're horrible, bro. They're horrible. Like, I love the boxing classes because, you know, there's skill involved in that and you're learning, but... When it comes to the strength and conditioning, bro, after about half an hour, because I really like to push myself. You know, when I'm doing like press ups, I really like to do press ups. I don't like to make it easy. And then I'm just there, my arms are dead, my legs are dead, dead, and I'm just thinking about going home. You know, like YouTube's well easier than this. Like, do you know what I mean?
Bro, I hear you, bro.
Like YouTube can be mentally draining as well. Don't like if you're there all day editing videos and doing videos. That can be mentally draining, but there's just something about a session when it gets to that peak moment where you question yourself. But then I just call myself a pussy and then I keep going. Like, that's the way I like to do it, bro. You know what I mean? So that's me, lads, and then I'll just have a nice sleep. You got any plans, though?
Nah, bruv, just literally, bruv. United are playing, so I'm just here, innit? I'm here, bruv. Yeah, it's the second leg. I'm not really watching it. It'll be on.
Fuck yeah. Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm not really watching it. It's done, innit, bruv? Like,
I'll watch the Arsenal game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to watch the Arsenal game. I don't even want to watch the United game, bruv. It's done, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? So, it's one of them ones where, we'll see. I'll be keeping an eye on both games for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? More in the Arsenal game. I know the United game's not going to be entertaining.
Imagine that. Hey,
there's nothing to play for.
The United smashed it in that first leg against Roma.
That's
Absolutely
it.
Smashed it.
Got the job done early. Do you know what I mean?
First half was shit, though.
It was horrible. It was horrible. I was fuming at the end of the first half. But do you know what I mean? That's what they say. Football's a game of two halves. It's the most cliche thing, but so true, bruv.
Oh, 100%. It's like you cannot be 100% convinced you're going to win a game of football at 45 minutes. You just can't. Even if you're 2-0 up, like, don't get too overconfident, bro. Wait for the third and then maybe start to get a little bit excited before then. Keep your mouth shut, especially in the Premier League. Like, I'm not trying to say we're better than other leagues, but in terms of competition, that happens on a basis now.
Facts, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
If somehow, some way, Roma come back, season's on, baby.
Nah.
It's not gonna happen at all. Listen, I am fucking reaching for the biggest of stars. But if, and I am Mr. I don't do if buts or maybes, but if
I don't, bruv, listen, that couldn't happen. Even if they played the under 21s, they couldn't bottle this one.
Hey.
Nah.
It's
not happening, James, lad.
Rants, we'll see.
It's not happening.
We will see. It's all fun and games, though, isn't it? Shout out to everyone who's tuned in as well, man. The chat is always 10 out of 10, on point, undefeated.
That's what I'm saying. Big up everyone inside. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe to James Redmond TV, people. The link's always in the title. You already know. Do you know what I mean? Lit show, as usual.
Another one.
Do you know what I'm saying? Big up everyone inside. Back again shortly, boys. An action-packed day today. Know what I mean? So what can I say? I'm gonna catch you, man,